Fred Threlfall. I was in the Royal Canadian Air Force back in the early 50s. I was a communications instructor. I went through communication schools. While in Toronto, stationed at an air station and as an instructor. I just finished an experiment, and I was on my way back to my classroom, and there were other engineers and what have you at the Institute that I've known of because I'm a frequent visitor there. And there was just one experiment that was going on, and it was approximately a 4x4 enclosed glass enclosure inside this room. And on a cabinet there was a large glass ashtray. And I said, well, what's going on? They said, oh, we've got an experiment underway. We got the similar in the other room with no ashtray. That's what I forgot to mention. So they're talking away, and one of the scientists said, go ahead. And next thing, that ashtray wasn't sitting there. Everyone went into the next room, and excited as can be, because the ashtray was sitting there. So it dematerialized and materialized, and which was quite the thing. And after seeing that, and with my knowledge through electronics in those days, which is still a lot primitive compared to what it is today, it was quite exciting. And I could visualize that these things could happen. And mind you, this is back in 1990 or 1953 when it transpired. It was Station Toronto, which was the old Hunt Club. This was the RCAF Station Toronto.
And when the scientists said okay, did someone flip a switch or do something to make
there will be. I didn't see who it was. There was a panel of instruments and everything off on the side, and who was there had to throw a switch.
And when they
had to energize whatever equipment that they had in order for it to take place. It just disappeared completely. It was there 1 minute and boom, or 1 second, and it was gone. And as we went into the other room, it was sitting there.
And it was the identical same object.
Exactly the same object. Went through, everyone rushed through to the other side to see if anything happened, and it did. It was there. And the excitement, and I saw it there, and well, and I was asked, I said, well, what are you doing here? And I said, well, I just finished an experiment, sir, and was on my way back, and I was just talking to a couple of our friends here. Well, you're not supposed to see this. I said, yes, sir, and I went back to my classroom.
So you were specifically told that you were not supposed to see
I wasn't
that.
supposed to see that because I wasn't part of the investigation team or the scientists. But with having being an electronic instructor, I had top clearance to be in facilities for the experiments. Some of the experiments that we would volunteer for would take a period of time, sometimes it'd be 2 or 3 days. And with the clearance that I had, I was able to draw out a projector and also films from the library on the base. And I used to get the films that were taken from the cameras that were mounted on Spitfires and Hurricanes, Mustangs, whatever, during World War II. And you see the the plane flying along there, and they're going after the German aircraft, and you see the tracer bullets going out, and the craft going down in flames and that. And up in a corner, one of the corners, up, down, or down below, there'd be a strange little object sitting there, which drew my attention. And I'd seen it on many films, different shapes, different positions. And this piqued my curiosity with regards to UFOs. I had heard of the crash down in New Mexico. I have seen the maneuvers in the sky at complete right angles and rapid speed. In many cases I have seen it from different films that were drawn from the library. So they're not just one, there are several times. I saw the objects that I believed were UFOs that I could see, definitely. And they're different shapes. Some of them are round, some of them are oblong, but they were at different distances as well. So there's the odd one, I'd be able to see a little more detail than the other.
What kind of detail could you make out on some of them?
The detail, it's not a real close-up shot, but it would look like they're, how will I explain it? Like markings, but not like markings we'd put on an aircraft. You know, it could be a series of windows or lights or whatever it could be. You just see an outline.
But you had no doubt that these were structured objects and not...
That's correct, yes. 20, 30 films.
Had UFOs on them.
Over a period of time, yes. I'd see UFOs in them, whereby it was something there that was watching what was going on.
My first exposure to the discovery that this anti-gravity research was quite a big area, not talked about very much, but that it was a major endeavor by major aerospace corporations. This came from this report, Electrogravitic Systems, which I found very revealing. This is a photocopy.